And here's the moment. President Bola Tinubu mistakenly referred to the 10th Assembly as 11th National Assembly, after which he jokingly tells the federal lawmakers that with the sleep, they are all re-elected. This then elicited a hearty laughter among the lawmakers.
In fulfillment of one of my constitutional duties, and with unyielding commitment to rebuilding Nigeria towards ensuring that we remain steadfast on the journey to a prosperous future, I hereby present the 2025 budget to the joint section of the 11th National Assembly. 10th? I wrote 11. Which means you are all re-elected.
Well, we are now being joined by the Chairman, Senate Committee on Media and Publicity, Yemi Adaramodu, to provide some legislative insight into the budget processes. Thank you so much for joining us. I see you're very happy reacting to you being re-elected. Is it that you don't want to face the rigors of re-election?
Oh, well, no. That's not it. Mr. President has told Nigerians what it meant when he said 11th National Assembly. He said, I wrote 11th instead of 10th.
An honest mistake.
So he has already told Nigerians what it meant, and then it's not for us to be querying that, and then it's not for us not to clap for that. And not only that, Mr. President knew that, yes, the National Assembly members are quite prompt, diligent, patriotic, and then it could have been a very honest sleep, but he has already told us that, 10th, I wrote 11th.
Okay,
because we take it like that.
We practice a democracy, and you must go through election process.
Sure, definitely. Even party primaries.
So
we go through party primaries before we go to the general elections.
Fantastic.
Surely we all know that one.
Great.
Yes.
Let's talk about the budget now.
Yeah.
The National Assembly today extended the 2024 budget till June of 2025.
Yes.
And you have also the 2025 budget proposal with you.
Yes.
This, effectively blurs the line between the fiscal years of 2024 and 2025.
No.
And this has been recurring. And you're probably most likely going to get a supplementary budget as well. It's something we have seen in the past with 3 budgets running at the same time. Is this not a budgetary abuse?
No, it is not an abuse. And then, when you look at the theories and practice of budget regimes, so budgets are not something that is so straight-jacketed that it cannot flourish to the following year. Number one is this. Even our personage today, that the span of the capital component of 2024 budget should be extended further till June next year. That is the only component, not the current component.
Just the capital component.
Just the capital component is the one. And why did we do that is that we want to make sure that there is no abandoned project. We want to make sure that, because some of the projects are still ongoing, we don't want it to end with December 31. So if it ends with December 31, then budget is already made, it means that those projects will be at standstill. Then it means that we will be running to the next year after 2025 before we can even put it in another budget. So instead of that, then we have to expand the scope of 2024 budget. Only the capital component. Then the recurrent component is not being extended. The span is as it is. And why, again, that we have done that, like I said, the scope, the practice and the theory of budget is that every budget in a budget year, it is there in procurement, it is there in budgeting, that you can have a leeway of few months, maybe the first quarter or the following year, whereby when you want to tidy up, either through procurement, either some other areas of that previous budget, so that you can exit it fully. So it does not block it. There's no line that is blocked. So the 2025 budget will start as it is due to start in January 2025. And even submitting the budget to us today, and then for us to start job on it tomorrow. So does not mean, like I said, the component of capital has already been extended.
So you're telling
and that of recurrent, which is almost very static. That is about salary, that is about emoluments and allowances, which is almost static. We are not extending that one. Meaning that in any budget year, the preceding year, we can carry it over using the parameter of the last year recurrent, that estimate, so that by the time we now finish with the proper budget of that subsisting year, then it wouldn't have rubbed on negatively on the budget, the budget cycle.
Thank you for making that clarification. You've just said that you're starting work on the 2025 proposal, tomorrow.
Yeah.
How long is this going to take? Can you tell Nigerians how soon we'll get this passed?
Yes, when the budget is wholesale, give it to us today. We have not gone to the dictates of the budget. We have not gone to the details of the budget.
We have seen you pass budget in 2-3 weeks. Are you going to do that this time around?
It depends on what details are in the budget.
So how long is this going to take?
It's not going to take so long, and I don't want to just try to speculate, because tomorrow when we do our readings, first, second, then it will be commended to the appropriation committees of both chambers. Once it is done like that, then the appropriation committee will sit, and then we are thinking of having joint meetings. That is the House of Representatives and that of Senate, of various committees that are going to deal with the MDAs. Now, when we sit together, then it depends. Why I said it depends is that when we look at the details, when we look at the components, when we look at the sectoral components of the budget.
Yeah, telling us you're going to be thorough.
Yes, we have to be.
We'll be watching the space. Let me ask you. The President of the Senate today told President Bola Tinubu to caution his ministers about respecting the National Assembly. This raises an important question. Why has the National Assembly seemingly lost its authority and influence? Is there an overuse and abuse of your power?
No authority is lost. No influence is lost. But every time there must always be a note of warning. That is why we have 10 commandments. 10 commandments had been there before we were born, before our great forefathers were born. If to say that everybody would have adhered to it, no more 10 commandments again to anybody, then that's why we have laws. If everybody is complying, then definitely there won't be any law again. We would assume that everybody would just adhere to laws.
But their ministers who don't show up is what the President of the Senate is saying.
The one is that we don't want that to occur. We don't want it to happen.
But it happens. So why does it happen? Why do you think it's happening?
Well, before it's used to. But now, under the presidency of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who himself had been a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, even which is his vice president too, was a senator of the Federal Republic. The Secretary to Government of Federation was once a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So definitely, when these people are in the saddle, there's no way they won't know that it is very necessary, and that we have that power to exercise. And if you are just even insinuating that maybe some power had been lost,
which
I said no. It
is what the President of the Senate has insinuated.
It is even there in the Constitution that we can even summon, if that person does not come, we can even use a warrant to even bring that, to even
Are you going
get
to
that
be doing
person
that
arrested.
this time around if the ministers don't show up?
If it is necessary, to do that, but we have never seen it so necessary.
Okay, very quickly before I let you go, let's talk about constituency projects, because the President of the Senate also emphasized that today. There's been controversy year after year when it comes to constituency projects. The argument is that they are not properly executed, it is not widespread, and there's no use for them because it is an avenue to plunder.
My sister, I want to say this one, not only telling you, but tell Nigerians that the constituency projects are the most monitored projects of the government of the day, anytime, any day. And then you will find out that in many constituencies, it is the constituency projects of lawmakers that are even making the federal presence to be felt in those in most of the communities, local areas, and constituencies. Because, for example, the boreholes, the clinics that I personally have built, the roads I personally have engendered through the constituency project in my area, are even the ones that my constituents can be laying claim to, that are those projects that come from Abuja for them. Like during the period, especially during the planting season that has just gone by, it was the National Assembly members that distributed fertilizers, agric inputs to farmers. So we are the ones that know them. We are the ones that stay there. We are the ones that even our constituents will be calling upon. So do they know where Abuja is? If they want borehole, will they come to Abuja? Will they write to Minister of Water Resources? It's through us. So, and then we do all these things through the constituency projects. And like I want to reiterate again, ICPC will monitor. Special Duties Ministry will monitor.
Okay.
Then MDAs too will monitor. And then we are not even the ones who handle the constituency projects as contractors. We don't even nominate contractors. We only nominate sites where those things are needed.
Okay.
And once we nominate that, it is the duty of the MDA to contract it out to do the procurement.
There's a lot of conversation around.
So
Unfortunately,
our people will always say that.
Will not allow us to
our
go
people will always
further.
talk like that because I want to. At times we call a dog a bad name in order to hang it, but the dogs of National Assembly should never even be called any bad name, to talk less of hanging it.
Great. That's a fine place to leave it. The Chairman, Senate Committee on Media and Publicity, Senator Yemi Adaramodu, thank you so much for being on the news.
I'm very grateful, but the time is too short.
We'll bring you back. We'll definitely bring you back.